So this is something that I have never tried. And I got a whole bunch of new molds in from different places, Amazon, Shein, what have you. And I've never actually tried to make a box. But there's quite a lot of detail on it, as you can see on the cover, just the lid alone. So this is going to be interesting. Trying to figure out how coloring this is going to go. But we'll see in a minute, I suppose. I think I'm going to probably use the Let's Resin chameleon resins again because I've had such good success with them. And because I've already done so many things on the blue-green color wheel, I'm figuring we can warm things up a little bit. So let's get started, and I'm going to try to get it around these little flower-looking leaves first. And this here, I'm just going to use a Q-tip and some alcohol to kind of clean this area up, because I actually want to make the center here a much different color. I'm just going to make sure that I have that kind of magenta color within the bounds of where I want it. And I decided I was going to go with a gold, actually. I feel like the gold and the magenta are going to work well with each other as warm colors. You know, if I'd have done this differently, I almost could have made this look like a little sun or a sunflower. Might actually do one in the future that looks like that. But before I get too ahead of myself, just going to knock that loose. We'll see how this comes out. Start adding more around the edges, and we're just going to layer these colors throughout. And I think it's time for us to rotate back to the pink here. Now that I'm seeing this come together, I'm actually really pleased that I chose these colors. I think this is going to come out nice. Alright, now we've done quite a lot of coloring on the lid. Now we're going to have to go ahead and catch these edges here. But I do want to clean this up just a little bit first. I just kind of feel like this middle color didn't come out as vibrant as the rest of the gold. And I think maybe it got a little bit oversaturated with the pink, so I'm just going to remove that really quickly and correct. It's the great thing about having alcohol and cotton swabs handy. You can always undo something you don't like. And that does look a lot more vibrant and a lot better. So now I feel like I'm confident enough to move on. Just gonna have to angle this a little bit, and it might not be the easiest for y'all to see. I'm going to do my best to keep it at an angle where I can see and the camera can see. What I'm gonna do is take those little like triangular like pieces here, and you can probably guess I'm just going to do the same thing, gold, then pink, etc. And now comes the fun part of painting any silicone mold, the part where I bend it, trying to see all the little details and making sure that I covered everything. It always amazes me how sturdy these molds are. It's sometimes the amount of bending I have to do to get in there, but I would prefer sturdier every time. Now we're going to put that to the side, and I'm going to have to figure out how this is actually done, because the way it's pointing is the way I'm going to have to pour into it. Now how am I going to get into these teeny tiny, well, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let me see if there's another better way I can do this. I know there's a way to do this. There has to be. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to turn it inside out. That seems like this is the only way, really, that you would be able to do the kind of small detail stuff, the very accurate detailing that I'm trying to do. But luckily it does turn inside out. So let's see, I'm gonna have to clean this up with some alcohol and a cotton swab. There. Now we've got that cleaned up to the best of my ability, so we're ready to start again. Well, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have to play around with things to figure out how to make them work, but it looks like it's going to be fine. And now I figured that out so you guys don't have to. This is a very nice mold, and I'm going to link it in the description. I really do love all of the little grooves and details, because I mean there's really no limit to the amount of color combinations and ideas you could come up with for this. Okay, and I think that's a wrap for the coloring. Now I am going to have the very fun task of bending this back into shape. Let's see how I can do it. I'm going to try to grab it through the middle here, that middle part. It's trying to resist me because it is actually a well-made, strong mold, as I've said. Let's see. Got it. Nailed it. There we go. And now that we've got this done, we are ready for the really fun part. Let's pour. Here we go, time to unmask the beauty. Oh, this is great. This is really great. And that inside cover, it's actually got some heft to it. It's a little bit heavy. Let's lay that to the side now. Gonna want to demold the main body. Oh, peeling this out is going to be fun. I'm going to start carefully around the edges. And if you're seeing it disappear off camera, it's because I'm pulling it a little bit closer to my body during certain parts. Sometimes you just need that little extra oomph, but I think it's coming loose. There we go. There we go. Oh, yes, yes. It's not even all the way out of the mold, and I already like what I'm seeing. Hold on, guys. There we go. And here we are. Very beautiful. Very shiny. Really do love that shine. Now let's put it together. Oh, and that fits rather well too. I like this a lot. I like this very much. Oh, that came out great. Beautiful. But I'm not done. I have a lot of little smaller pieces from when I've had a little bit of resin left over. Remember the birds? Remember the other small things that I've made when I didn't want to waste resin? Well, I think there's a way that we can make this beautiful little jewelry box even better. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out some of those small pieces that I've made but haven't done anything with. And just for funsies, let's try out some different birds. I think I'm probably going to go with a bird topper on this one. And I might, let's see, we also have, did I even turn that the right way up? I don't think I did. That's a that's a seashell. Butterfingers. It's very smooth though. So that's a seashell. Don't know if I want to go with that theme for this though. But I'm just going to pull out a few more of the smaller pieces so that we can get an idea of what our options are here. And we have many. I have one of these seahorses. I really could go very ocean themed if I wanted to. But I don't know if I'm going to do that this time. Let me know in the future, because if there was a topper you wanted to see on a box, I can always very easily make another jewelry box video. This one was fun. But I think I'm going to demold this little bird. And I really think the pearlescent color that I used as the base color for the resin is going to probably look the best. And see, I went through all that trouble making that centerpiece bright, and I'm probably just going to cover it with a bird. Oh well, that's life for you. Sometimes art takes you to unexpected places. Now I'm just going to grab some adhesive really quick. I do not do hot glue, ever. ever not to permanently fuse something. I've seen too many great art pieces at other fairs where that just... if you're not doing a flower arrangement, don't use hot glue. It's just tragic. We're going to use adhesive. There we go. And make sure you have gloves on your hands. It really is best, even if you're just using something like super glue, you really don't want to get glue or this adhesive stuff, which probably causes cancer. I'm only joking very slightly. I mean, in general though, just protect your hands from chemicals. It's never a bad idea. And now that we've got that on there, that sucker, once it dries, isn't going anywhere. Which is the point, of course. And here's another shot of the finished result. And I think that came out quite beautiful. I think this is one of my favorite pieces that I've made so far. And I probably am going to go ahead and post it and drop a link to my store in the description, because why not? I make this stuff. I sell this stuff at festivals. I like making unique things that are handcrafted, and I have quite a few things in my store to look at besides this, so you should really check it out. And if you've stuck with me this far and you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. That always helps the channel. And I will be back with another art story.